Hello there. Today I'm going to be doing a room tour as someone who built stuff. I got this outside day of working so it's more realistic and you can actually see what it looks like kind of regularly. It does get messy, but I've been trying to keep it kind of clean. On the table, you can see the remains of a project I streamed today. I've got my desk set up. Got a camera here. So my desk setup is kind of weird because it's a laptop connected to two monitors because the screen of my laptop is broken. So it's kind of running on 2%. Here we got this fan. This fan has lasted me through thick and thin. It is so useful. It's a heater and a fan. So whenever I'm soldering, I turn it on so I'm not inhaling the fumes directly. Then we've got a pencil holder. I used to hold all kinds of things. I have wires on the desk because I usually prototype straight on my desk, so it's very useful to just pull out a wire and use to connect stuff up together. I have a bin drawer on my desk because if I didn't have this, I'd have screws and shit all over the desk. So that is very useful. Next, we have the water bottle. I try to keep it on my desk because I don't drink enough water. I just got this 2 days ago for the streaming, just so I'm able to get a nice view of the desk. I have my headphones at the side. These are kind of cheap headphones, but they feel good and they look good. I like them. Nobody else that I show these to likes them. To be fair, they're not really like noise cancelling or anything, and they're wired. I really like them, but again, nobody else likes them. On the screen, you can see I have Obsidian open. If you don't know what that is, you are missing out. Obsidian is a go-to tool. I'll probably do a video on Obsidian at some point. On my desk, I have my gourd. I really like this cup because it kind of matches the vibe of the room, but it doesn't take that much liquid. I have a couple of rulers. I have one more. It's just good for, measuring, making straight lines. I keep them here usually. And I keep the smallest one in the back of my notebook right here. I have a mini keyboard here. I'll get back to what that is used for later. Next up, we have the side table. I don't really know what to call it. It's just where I keep all the stuff that can't fit on here. I have a workstation. I have a whiteboard stuck to the wall. I have a bunch of trinkets up in here. Then I have this drawer system, which has honestly become too small. There was a period of time when this was all the tech stuff I had, and this was good enough, but later on you see that it's kind of expanded. The bigger the projects get, the more stuff you need. So I'll close the UI cat for a bit. I can show you the back of here. I have my laptop, which is usually not here. I usually take this out with me. And I have a bunch of different tapes. I have soldering fan, fume extractor. I have my own custom fume extractor, which I have replaced with this. I have my soldering iron holder. Got a drill, got a multimeter, got a pair of helping hands in the back. I've got a whole system where I keep all of my tiny stuff. Honestly, I've been transitioning from using this to creating bigger storage because it's just not enough. Right here, I have my quick access drawer system. It's not actually a drawer, but it works like a drawer. So whenever I'm working over here, I can reach down like this, pull out whatever I need from down here. And I have a drawing tablet. I used to want to be an animator, but that's not why I have this. This is very useful for drawing out diagrams, just demonstrating stuff. So this is a standing desk, if you haven't already noticed. On the side, I have my headphones. I already showed that. A little thing to hold it together. Here I have my controller. It's a generic controller, 3D printed chassis. It's broken. It broke yesterday, actually. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. I have a mini fridge. I just keep my sparkling water in here. It needs more variety, to be honest. Then on to the latest and the greatest part of this room. Been here for about 5 months now, but it is the best looking part of the room in my opinion because it's custom. I might do a more in-depth video on this shelf. I've got my mask for whenever I'm, doing things that need masks. I've got a box of PPE. I have a bunch of different parts that I use or have used in the past. I've got my flame punching fists, which are in such bad shape right now, but I like displaying them on the shelf. I have my digital dashboard. I call it my life dashboard, and I've actually changed the name recently to the life console. I made this custom, so it doesn't exist anywhere else but here. And the life dashboard is actually controlled by this. I turn it on, then I can type in my goals, or I can control it with the little cursor in the back. You can see it moving around. I've been trying to make it more user friendly because my parents and my brother have all asked to use it, so I want to make it in a way that anybody can use it. I think that'll be kind of cool. You can customize your own goals and stuff. I've already worked a little bit on that, but I'll make a more detailed video on that. It really fits the vibe of the shelf. Just have like a dashboard. One feature I'm gonna add that I saw someone do, but not for something like this, was an AI voice assistant. So it's basically like Siri or Alexa. So I just say something like, console, what are my tasks for today, and then it tells me, or console, set my daily goal today as this, and it sets it. I think that'd be really cool. That would give the Jarvis, Tony Stark kind of vibe, which is exactly what I was going for when I was building this dashboard. This is being powered by a Raspberry Pi, so I have that connected here to the wall. Speaking of power, this shelf has another quirky feature. Basically, whenever I touch this thing, it shocks me. I don't know what it is, if it's the screen or that or the 3D printer, but it just shocks me. And recently, ever since I added the extension box, now it's shocking me on here. Okay, whatever. The next layer is just a bunch more storage. This is more project boxes. I've got some stuff that I bought to repair that I haven't repaired yet. On the final layer, we have my 3D printer. Generic. It was very cheap, but it does the job. And I have my little waste basket right here. For the dashboard, I have a timer going. It's a schedule so that it goes off at night and it goes on in the morning, so it's not running 24/7. We've got pull-up bar, which I really don't do many pull-ups on. I mostly use it for stretching in between work sessions because my back starts to ache, so I just stretch for a bit. I have my vinyls. I have my vinyl player. Nothing too crazy. I'm kind of a performative vinyl listener because you can see how dusty this thing is. Like occasionally, like if a friend comes over, I'll play it, but I'm kind of performative with it, to be honest. And I have two of my stringed instruments. I have another guitar downstairs. If I put it downstairs and I remember to play it, playing in here just doesn't have the same vibe, I usually put my shoes here as well. Don't have that many. I have 3 pairs of shoes. I have a shelf of all my extra stuff. I usually just keep books in here. I keep a big pot that I use for stock. Some extra bottles of like isopropyl alcohol and vinegar that I just refill, and some baking soda, more books. Then I have some camping stuff at the top. And I also like cooking and baking, so I have some baking and cooking stuff in the back. I've got my bed. Then, if you can't tell, I'm a pretty big fan of Arcane. Finally, I have my oud station, which I just, burn some oud whenever I want this place to smell good. Sometimes it's actually a bad habit, don't do this, but I turn it on and then I put it in my closet, but I watch it like very, very clearly. Like I watch it like a hawk. So I'm not gonna leave it in there and let it burn. I watch it and I'm standing right next to it when I do it. So it just makes my clothes smell like oud. So when I'm working right here, I can access. Okay, I don't want to show this.